Just wait. Yep.
Good morning. Welcome to the Tuesday, May 10th meeting of the Mason County Board of Commissioners. If you'll please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance, I appreciate it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This is such a fine spring morning, as Dick Taylor used to say. This is a Chamber of Commerce day. This is the kind of day you invite people into your community and say, isn't it great? Can we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner District 1, Randy Netherland.
I'm here.
Commissioner District 2, Tim Sheldon is absent. Commissioner District 3, Terry Jeffries.
Here. Correspondence and organizational business. Can you please report the correspondence received by the Commission?
Sure. The Mason Conservation District sent a letter regarding the WRIA-led entity. Madison Larson applied for the Thurston Mason BHO Advisory Board. The Department of Ecology sent a temporary certification for Marty Grable. The Liquor and Cannabis Board sent special occasion applications for Rancho Durango and the Highland Celtic Festival Committee. And Susan Holliday sent a letter in support of the National Motto Display.
Thank you. Item number 4.2, this is the presentation of Certificate of Good Practice to the County Engineer. I'm going to read a letter that was sent by the County Road Administration Board. It is my pleasure to send you the enclosed Certificate of Good Practice that was approved by resolution of the County Road Administration Board at its meeting on April 14, 2016. It is suggested that you present this certificate to your county engineer at an appropriate time. A certificate of good practice has been transmitted to the state treasurer on behalf of your county pursuant to the authority contained in RCW 36.78.090 as shown on the certificate. This action by the CRAB board will assure the continued distribution of your monthly state gas tax allotment from the Office of the State Treasurer. On behalf of the members and staff of the CRAB board, I would like to express my appreciation for the cooperation we have received from and through your county engineer's office during the past year. Our county engineer, Melissa McFadden, is here. If you would like to come forward, I will present this to you. And I'd ask that you would maybe speak a bit about what it takes to get this certificate of good practice. And congratulations.
Thanks,
and congratulations to we have members of our road crew here. Thank you very much for your hard work.
So Certificate of Good Practice is really a team effort. Like, even though you present it to the county engineer and I'm sort of on the hook legally in a lot of ways. Really, all the people who do the work are the faces that you see and other folks who are still up at our office. So our road crew guys, they keep everything maintained and operating efficiently and in good working order. Loretta Swanson's our technical services manager, and she's involved with a lot of our reporting requirements. We do a lot of reporting to CRAB. So, yeah, and thanks to our commissioners for reviewing and approving everything that we need in order to be successful. So.
Deidre, can you point the camera towards, would you mind, for the public out there, introducing them?
Sure, definitely.
Give them 1 second to get a camera on them, though. Sorry, Deidre. Make it difficult on him, but...
Director Netherland here.
Well, these are the guys and gals that you never see in the middle of the night that make sure that you get to go to work in the morning without any complaints or worries, or you get to get home at night to your kids, and you don't ever see them. This is an opportunity to see him.
So Cindy Tickner is our road operations and maintenance and ER&R manager. Bob Pearson is the road supervisor up in Commissioner Netherland's district. Jeremy Seymour is our fleet supervisor, so he keeps all of our vehicles and equipment in working order. Al Eaton is assistant manager of road operations and maintenance. Grant Deshawn is the road supervisor in Commissioner Sheldon's general area. And you put me on the spot! Drew Carlson is the road supervisor in Commissioner Jeffries' general area, and yeah, so great group of people right here.
I just want to say I frequently brag about the fact that Mason County has the best roads in the state. I drive all over this state, and we have the best. Thank you, gentlemen.
I went to the East Coast, and I tell you we do. Oh, my gosh. It was bad.
And then you have a sad announcement.
I do have one other thing. So last Thursday, the county lost a dedicated employee and supervisor with the passing of Larry Forsman. All of us in Public Works and many others in the county lost a good friend. Larry started working on the road crew at Mason County on October 2nd, 1992, over 23 years ago. He promoted to road supervisor in February of 2003. Larry was passionate about road maintenance and was a strong leader. He set a positive example through his dedication and work ethic. He was proud of the agency, our road system, and his mission to maintain it. He loved his work and made every attempt to be here until just a few weeks before his passing. He gave his all and made a difference serving this community every single day. Larry was one of our most frugal supervisors. He looked for cost-cutting measures in every area. On a field visit with Larry one day, we saw a pile of free stuff along the side of the road. Larry stopped to pick through it and make sure there was nothing that we needed in the road department. He was a dignified but funny guy. He kept us all laughing with his quick wit and dry sense of humor, and he was easy to love. I think the only thing that Larry was more proud of than the good work that he did here was his family, his wife Jenny and his son Cole, who he talked about all the time. Whenever Larry bragged about how smart and athletic his son is, we said that he must have got that from his mom. We will never forget our coworker and dear friend. May he rest in peace.
Thank you. I'd like to take a moment of silence to remember Mr. Forsman, a true public servant, and to have our thoughts with Jenny and Cole and the family. So if you'll join me. Thank you. He will be missed. Next on the agenda is our open forum for citizen input. This is an opportunity for people to address the commission on any items that are not on the agenda. Please raise your hand if you'd like to address the commission. Is there anybody that would like to address the commission? Hearing none, we will move on to item number 6, the adoption of the agenda.
Madam Chair, I move for the adoption of the agenda as presented.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded to adopt the agenda as presented. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Approval of the minutes.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of the April 4th, 11th, and May 2nd, 2016 briefing minutes.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded to approve the April 4th, 11th, and May 2nd briefing meeting minutes. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Next item is our action agenda. The intention is to approve these items with one motion and one vote. We will read through these items. Anybody in the audience can raise their hand and ask any questions on any items. You also have the opportunity to ask that any of the items be removed for a separate vote. Commissioner Netherland, would you please read items 8.1 through 8.4?
I will. Item number 8.1, approval of the Veterans Assistance Fund application for utilities, $231.65, and housing, $200 for a total of $431.65 as recommended by the Veterans Service Office. Item number 8.2, approval of the warrants. Claims Clearing Fund warrants number 8039569 through 8039771 for a sum of $701,167.51. Claims Clearing Fund, Direct Deposit Fund warrants number 30853 through 31234 for the amount of $644,846.59. Salary Clearing Fund warrants number 7001847 through 7001873 for the amount of $470,676.39 for a total $3,298,031.50. I'm going to skip the clearing totals. Item number 8.3, approval of the contract renewal between Mason County and Bo White for park attendant at Sand Hill Park for 2016 through 2018. Item number 8.4, approval to set a public hearing on Tuesday, June 7, 2016 at 9:30 a.m. to consider the 2014 current use open space and timberland applications.
Item 8.5, approval of the revised interlocal levy agreement between Mason County and the Shelton Metropolitan Park District. It has been determined that there is no impact to the Shelton Metropolitan Park District, MPD, due to the levy shift, and the agreement is amended to reflect that the county will not pay the MPD the amount of $7,500. 8.6, approval to call for request for proposals for weapons screening campus security for Mason County. The requests are due May 31st, 2016, and specifications will be posted on the Mason County website and available from the Commissioner's office. Finally, 8.7, approval of the Superior Court three-quarter contract with attorney Kristen Bishop for youth representation in dependency cases at a rate of $4,500 per month, prorated for May, to include a maximum of 60 open cases. The contract is for May 16, 2016 through December 31, 2016. Is there anybody that has any questions on the items just read? Would anybody like any of the items taken off for a separate vote? Commissioner?
Nope, I just have a comment.
Okay.
On item number, what do we have here? 8.5. That was quite a contentious discussion. We attended quite a few meetings and we did a lot of homework here up at this commission, and we knew that this was the fact that it was not going to be an issue. And it's so sad that we ended up battling about it so much when we knew by doing our homework that it wasn't an issue. And I wanted to point out that after all this time, it's come back to show that the work that we did and all that hard work and effort, that we were correct. And it's too bad. I hope that we can all show up for some of these briefings and we can get the same education so we don't have those battles over things that we know to be accurate.
It was a contentious issue, but it was the right thing to do, and we did make the city whole in the levy shift. We're referring to our levy shift that was part of our 2016 budget, and I thank you for that. I think just in way of explanation also, on item 8.7, we have a three-quarter contract with attorney Kristen Bishop to represent youth in our dependency cases. We've discussed this a few times here at this regular meeting and multiple times in our briefings, that court dependency cases, children who potentially would be released from the supervision of their parents due to issues with their parents, etc. These have almost exponentially increased in this county, and we saw numbers yesterday that the numbers far exceed our neighboring counties and our what we call our comparable counties. We don't know what this is all about, but as a result of all these cases, our public defense administrator, Susan Zagojian, is here, had been taking quite a large workload, and it kept her from doing the work of supervising her contracted and staff attorneys, and so we felt it was necessary to increase the budget for 2016 in order to contract out these services. Susan, thank you for your care and your concern for this, and I hope this is just an anomaly. I hope this isn't the trend for Mason County and the children of Mason County. If there's no other comment, I would entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of the action agenda as presented in whole.
I'll second that. It's been moved and seconded to approve items 8.1 through 8.7 on today's action agenda. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Thank you. That takes us to we have no public hearings, and so it takes us to item number 10, our board reports and calendars. Report where we've been as far as representing the county and any times that we will be or were in the same meeting place where for disclosure of open public meeting purposes. Commissioner Netherland, could you begin?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to do them all now.
So, following last week's meeting, I met with some community members that have been very active on promoting a recreational rec center here in Mason County, and we talked about potential funding opportunities for that. I also met with some folks around parks funding opportunities up in the north end, and then had the distinct pleasure and congratulations to Patty Kleiss, the Board of Faith and Action, on the grand opening of the senior center they call the Hub up in North Mason, a beautiful building, 40 different classes, opportunities to sign up for classes and or club activities. And I know from my work on the Area Agency on Aging that when you keep seniors active, and at least opportunities for them to congregate together and shared meals, etc., it not only increases their quality of life, it increases their opportunity to have support systems when they do need them as they age. And I just thank everybody up there in the north end for making that happen. Commissioner Netherland, you were instrumental. Our congressional, or our legislative delegation was very instrumental in providing some funding for them, from Kathy Hagan up to Drew McEwen and Dan Griffey and, of course, Senator Sheldon. I met with Bill Dewey with Taylor Shellfish to discuss a shellfish initiative and some other items of interest regarding the shellfish industry here in Mason County. The Olympic Region Air Quality Board Finance Committee, a person interested thinking about running as a county commissioner in District 2, just to tell them about the job. Let's see. Met with the Hood Canal Coordinating Council Director Scott Brewer around, and then introduced him to our WSU Extension Director. Both of them are very interested in how do you measure in real time, or at least in a comprehensive manner, people's perceptions of well-being. This is something that the Hood Canal Coordinating Council is very interested in seeing, is how does their work to preserve and protect the Hood Canal, how does it relate to people's economic well-being, as well as the other non-tangible type of well-beings that a good functioning ecosystem creates. We had our canvassing board meeting, and then I met with representatives from Green Diamond Resource Company about some issues around land resources, and then a ribbon cutting for High on the Hog. What are they? They're
Great food.
Barbecue, that's it. Barbecue that will be is the vendor at the Ridge Motorsports, and as usual, the Ridge Motorsports folk just laid out the red carpet for their visitors. Another canvassing board to certify the election. Congratulations to both Fire District 16 and the Greatview School District for passing their levies. And then I was honored to present the State of the County address to the Chamber of Commerce. We had a pre-agenda meeting for the Behavioral Health Organization, and then had Mother's Day weekend. Had a seed sale, oyster seed sale in Quilcene for Taylor Shellfish Company. We had our briefings yesterday. I met with some representatives of the Urban Growth Area Subcommittee, and we'll be making a request to the Commission to extend their, they were set to expire and deliver their recommendations at the end of May. They would like perhaps another 6 months. So we'll be bringing that forth to the Commission for discussion at a briefing here in the near future. Let's see, this afternoon I will be meeting with, we have a MACECOM meeting, and then I'll be meeting with some people in the North End regarding, again, around parks funding opportunities. We have our industry roundtable. We are gathering together people in the communications and IT industry to discuss about strategies about how to increase employment and economic opportunities in those fields. And then I'll be meeting with some constituents on various issues. Then I'll be meeting with, Peninsula Health Services is going to be opening a new health clinic with multiple lengths of services in the North End. I'll be meeting with them. And then the Behavioral Health Organization regular meeting, in which we will be passing a request for proposal on something I've been talking about quite a bit, a mobile response crisis team that will be contracted to help law enforcement and first responders respond to people who are in mental health or substance abuse crisis as an alternative to the emergency room and our jail. I'll be meeting with the Association of Realtors on Friday, and then the representatives for our community promotional videos that we have contracted to have created at no cost to the county. And then back here on Monday for briefings.
Thank you. I just realized this is the first time in 3 years I didn't have a jacket on. It just hit me.
I say it's okay.
So I apologize for not being professional. I just now realized it. Okay, some of the same things as Commissioner Jeffries, of course. First one we'll hit on is the hub, the senior center ribbon cutting. That was pretty impressive in many different ways. The building that they have and that they've created with the help of that legislative committee, everybody has been so wonderful in helping, including Commissioner Jeffries. We've always tried to be there to help move it forward, but boy, is this turning out to be a spectacular thing that they're doing up there. Quite often they ask me to go to these things, and they tell me a time to show up, And I do. They told me 2 o'clock, so I was there from 2 o'clock. And when did they actually cut the ribbon?
5 o'clock, good
5
job.
o'clock. And because they had asked me that and of course, if they need me, I'll be there. So I ended up doing many different things. They actually wore me out. It started out at 2, and there were so many people there. Then it died down. Then it picked up again. Then it died down. And at the end, it was packed again. But wonderful things that are going on there and the opportunities. I'm hoping that this next year that we can all get together and support them in doing their next phase, which is upstairs. They have an upstairs area that they need to get finished. And in order to open the doors this year, they had to cut all the funding for all that stuff and just work on the core down below. But it is open, and it is wonderful, and it is being used highly. Let's see. I had a appointment with the head of our housing. What was
Housing Program Coordinator.
and Homes First at the request of Commissioner Jeffries. We've been working on a few different things for a while when it comes to the veterans housing, but they also were working on some ideas for a diversion house, basically. The idea of being able to service some of these people that are coming in, need to rehab quickly, or a short-term facility to help them get through and over that hump. I'd like to thank Commissioner Jeffries for all that hard work, because there's a lot going on there that nobody ever sees in here. Because in this particular situation, because it's so complicated, we've empowered one person to move forward and try to make all these things happen. So you're not going to know as much about it until all of a sudden we have something incredible before us that gives these people an opportunity. I just want you to know at that time, the one doing the heavy lifting on that is Commissioner Jeffries. It's not me and it's not him. We're just looking over it and trying to add our 2 cents and help. That's all. Signed for the sale of more property. So we have more property that's coming off of it's not on the tax rolls now, that are back on the tax rolls, and that money goes back into the county to be used for other things, not just those taxes, but the amount for the sale, and to pay for the back taxes that are owed. So it's a win-win-win situation. One of the best things I think we did is we changed the structure of how those sales were conducted, or before they'd come in and people would want it and make some awful below market offer, and they go, okay, because what else is there? Now we've actually got them listed. They're marketed through real estate agents. Real estate agents handle it. It goes on the MLS, and we get the highest and best amount for the properties. And it's also meant a lot of them get sold, which is odd. We get a lot more money for them, and we sell a lot more of them that have been on the books for many, many years. EDC regular meeting, or regulatory meeting. Also had a ribbon cutting for the High on the Hog, which was pretty doggone great. I did not get a chance. Did you race?
No, I had the wrong shoes.
She had an agreement to race somebody on the carts, but I had to leave. I had another appointment I had to go to.
They offered to duct tape them for me
Did
so
they?
I could go.
Business retention meeting with the EDC as well. I met with a candidate in regards to this office to give some insights. I attended the Chamber of State of the county, and everybody did a wonderful job, but I got to tell you that I've watched Commissioner Jeffries, like I'm doing right now, do a lot of that to change to a very professional presentation. It was very, very enjoyable to watch, because I have to go and put up with some of the other counties and see some of theirs, and I assure you it can be very painful to endure. Ribbon cutting at the Buck store. We have a dollar store up in Belfair, and it's doing exceptionally well, and I got to tell you, we've had a lot of people attempt to do dollar stores up there, but they're not really dollar stores. They're those other kinds. This is a real dollar store, and in our demographics, it's going to be very successful. It's packed, and I just love seeing new businesses open up, empty spaces going away, and more people getting hired. I was the keynote speaker for the Humane Society's Sales and Tails fundraiser. They're trying to raise money so they can eventually actually build their center. They have property and everything already purchased. Right now they're going for the well. It'll be up in the North Mason area, and it'll be a no-kill shelter. Wonderful people. We also met with Superior Court for briefings, and we had a regular briefings. I attended an event with Derek Kilmer last night. This next week, as soon as I leave here, I have a Hood Canal Coordinating Council meeting. I also will be at the roundtable for information technology. Those have been very beneficial to our community. We've learned a lot as commissioners. Sometimes part of our job is just being there to take in all the information so we can have tools to work with and use when we have opportunities that pop up. Democrat meeting tonight. I'm going to pop my head in there, see if they're going to throw a rock at me or not, and have a fundraiser and a kickoff for somebody running for county commissioner in Kitsap County. Sisters Point after hours. Trails and Lakes potluck. On Sunday, there is a meeting at the Masonic Lodge in Belfair where they will be giving a presentation on the history of North Mason. If you haven't ever attended any of Lenny's stuff, it's pretty enjoyable. You end up walking away feeling pretty happy about it. I have a food and fellowship meeting also, and then it looks like on Sunday I will be attending a concert for The Who.
Who's left?
Actually, they're all still alive, and my brother, my oldest brother, older than me, is 20 years older than I am, and he is flying up, and I'm taking him to the Who concert. So it's going to be a good weekend for me and my family.
And then shrimp season opens on Saturday. Yay. I'm going to go shrimping for the first time in my life in the Hood Canal.
Oh, wow.
So that's my research into the history of the North End.
For those of you who've never had Hood Canal shrimp, it really is different. It is not the same as shrimp or anything you buy in the store. It is the sweetest. It's better than lobster. It's better than anything. If you get a chance to try it fresh, it really is different.
Thank you. Next is our department heads and elected officials have an opportunity to address the public on any issues. We have one department head. Harry, would you like to address the public? Okay, is there any other discussion items?
I have none, Madam Chair.
Okay, then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair, I move we adjourn.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Wow.